What's up, guys? It's your girl Amber Lay, aka Man of Vietnam, and I'm here today with Nobody, an amazing R&B singer on the next episode of Pain into Power. Say what's up.
What's good, everybody?
With his little ass hands. So, the last time we were on camera together was for the takeoff last year. Yeah. Last year, he was right, it was last year. And we got very in-depth into things, and now, about a year later, you got a new EP dropping.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, finally. So talk to me a little bit about that. How was this year for you? How did it treat you since we were last on set?
It's crazy, man. When basically I got signed to Sony Arista.
Okay.
I've done 2 tours already.
With who?
2 tours, one with Aaron Ray and another one with LA. And yeah, man, just been recording nonstop. I've just met like a lot of my idols and my heroes. You know, it's been pretty cool.
Who have you been working with for the EP?
Myself.
What producers?
I work with my boy Carlos on a few of the songs, and then also my homie Jonathan, Rio Root. He's a producer based out in LA. And I'm forgetting anyone. Oh, Swagger Celius. Yeah, he's
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, he produced a lot of stuff for her.
Oh.
So I have a song on the EP with him. Yeah.
So you have any performances coming up too?
Not right now. We just got off the road with LA, so I'm kind of just going back into writing mode to work on the album actually now. Yeah.
EP and album. You see, he's working out here.
Yeah.
So your first, I want to talk about Warning Drop Before Admissions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that is a beautiful song.
Thank you.
A beautiful song. So, it's a sexual song, so obviously the inspiration was very sexy.
Yeah.
And that came about creatively. How?
I mean, we was just it happened. Like I got into the booth and, you know, my mind I closed my eyes and I went there. And that was like the first lyrics that just rolled off my tongue. It was like, won't you closer? Take it off for me, take it off for me. In the booth, and we kind of just went from that. Take it off for me, take it off for me.
So when you go, baby, take it as a warning, that's your warning to her.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm about to rock your world.
I'm about to fuck your life up, basically.
I was trying to say it in a better tone, but we could work with that. I know you had a video for Admissions, and it was very
different from my other ones, yeah.
Yeah, a very emotional video. The first line to Admissions is admission number 1, I hope you get cheated on. And it was just that you didn't wait.
Admission number 1, I hope you get cheated on. I know I'm wrong, but I tell the truth. Hope you feel what I felt with you, but that shit catch up to you.
Nah, I'm a real straightforward person. I don't like to like sugarcoat shit. I don't like to go, you know, beat around the bush too much. And the best when I'm writing, I'm just the most explicit as possible.
So, was this a song to someone?
Yeah, it was actually. I dated this chick. It was a while ago actually. Like I was kind of like fresh out of high school, almost maybe 2-3 years out of high school. And yeah,
so you hope she gets cheated on?
I hope she got cheated on.
With sangria in her juice boxes.
Yeah.
He's like, we used to put sangria in juice boxes.
So the first time we actually linked up, we got lit off of sangria, and that was in juice boxes, and that kind of like just fueled the downward spiral from there, because we kind of just wild. Like it was all about the moments, the momentum, and everything. So it was great, you know, when it first started off and everything, but you know, a lot of things was missing. We was young, and it
How
was
old are
also.
you now?
I'm 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So, can we run through all the admissions and break it down?
Alright. Admission number 1 is I hope you get cheated on. Admission number 2, I wish I caught y'all in the act. Admission number 3, I would have done anything just to feel your love. she ain't know what love was.
Could have had something real, but you fucked it up.
Could have had something real, but you fucked it up. And then mission number 4 is Don't See You Like Before. Back when we was 10. Wait, no, back when we was 10. Back when we first met,
yes.
That was 2010. That was the first time we had met, and we ended up dating a couple years later. And at mission number 5 was You Were the First One that I say that made me feel real love. Like, she was the first girl that I felt that I was in love with, basically. But, you know, it wasn't reciprocated the same way, unfortunately. So.
It was a very deep, emotional, angry,
that was probably like one of the deepest fucking songs.
Song.
Yeah.
Yes. And I remember when you played it in the car, I was like super quiet because I was just like, oh shit. And then I was waiting for it to like the chorus to drop, and when it dropped, I think I screamed. And I was just like, yo, this shit's fucking fire. So, but it's like, it's so, I always love to use the term with your music, it's like beautifully dark and eerie. And you're very versatile. So that's why I can say that. Then, the next, If I Should Die. Now, that's not public yet.
Well, by the time they see this video,
it's gonna be, yeah, I'm trying to.
If I Should Die, I'll tell you a little story, but background on that story. Yes. So, everything on the EP, Admissions, is just all about, you know, the struggles that I've gone through in my relationships and what I've realized out of them, basically. So with If I Should Die, I was in a situation with this chick where, you know, we didn't want to fully commit because we were kind of just, you know, afraid of getting our hearts broken and everything. And we felt like the best way to protect ourselves was to have an open relationship. And that was like the worst fucking idea ever because like we had this bond. We still had, even though we were just so afraid, but we still had this bond, you know, to like, you know, no matter what, you know, you're gonna still be my person, you're gonna still be my girl. And as things got deeper and things moved on, you know, I started to do a lot more stuff around the music. I started traveling a lot more, and I realized, yo, I'm on the road a lot of times, and like we have this open relationship, but it's like I just didn't feel right jumping into something else, knowing that I had somebody else back at home that I was really fucking with. And then the minute that I thought about or even entertaining being with some other chick, I thought about her. I'm like, yo, what if she's at home doing the same thing? Like, and I just couldn't escape those feelings and everything. So that song came from, you know, those feelings of just the unknown and not really knowing what's gonna happen if, you know, if she was to ever go ahead and exercise those options.
So, with you being on tour, I feel like you're one of the few that can be faithful while you're running around.
I mean,
as in like, alright, let me. As in like, you're not.
Say that again.
Ask the question again.
Yes.
I feel like because you're an artist, it's so hard for you to be, and when you're an R&B singer, so you already know bitches' panties is dropping for you.
It comes with its perks.
Right, it comes with its perks. So it's just like, for you to sit there and admit, like, how would I like it if she did that to me?
Exactly, yeah.
That's a whole different perspective, because most of the time men don't think like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for you to think like that, that just shows your character and how good of a soul you are.
Honestly, I could say if I never got cheated on, I probably wouldn't have thought that way.
Right.
Like that shit is just always in my mind. So like I just don't want that to ever happen to me, and I can't see myself doing that to somebody else.
Right.
Because I know how it feels.
And you don't want to inflict that pain.
Exactly.
On someone unless they deserve it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that to anybody.
So what was?
Unless they deserved it.
I just said that.
Yeah.
So what would be the deepest line out of that? If I Should Die, because that's a very different.
Every lyric is crazy. One of my favorite lines is back and forth between telling the truth and lies. Should I say how I feel or keep my pride? Because your love is so lethal. You know I'm suicidal without your love. And that's really how I felt about her, but I never told her that shit. Because I just didn't want to, I wanted to respect and appreciate, you know, the situation that we had without overstepping too much.
Right. because you guys, you were technically polygamous at the time, right? So it's just like.
But like after we made it official, we realized we never actually fucked with anybody else. So
okay.
It was just the same. So it was a whole bunch of like mental mind game shit basically that I was going through on the inside because I didn't know what she was doing. Cause I didn't know because I was away. I was on the road. I was in LA, writing the EP at the time. So yeah.
So what y'all did was pretty much try to eliminate the stress, but ended up causing.
Yeah, the stress of titles, and we ended up just causing even more stress.
Right, because now it's just like we should have established where we stood and where we want to stand and come to a mutual agreement before we left.
Word.
Right. Well, now you know that sometimes polygamy is not always the way to go, you know, especially if you've been through some shit. So, DUI.
Yeah.
Talk to me nice about that. Your first line hit me with that reaction.
What do I do when my heart's wanting you, but wait, what do I do when my mind's wanting you, but my heart is on the other side of a wall? It basically just means like being like emotionally detached, you know? Cause like when you don't really know somebody, I wrote this song basically from the perspective of me being like in a party or whatever. And I'm a very introverted person, so it's kind of hard for me to just like walk up to somebody and say like, yo, like, what's good, this and that. So I was just more so kind of like a fly on the wall in a way. You know, just like, yo, what do I do when my mind wants to, but my heart's on the other side of the wall? I know I'm emotionally unavailable right now to really get involved with anybody, but damn, it's like shit. Cupid kind of just like is just fucking me up right now, you know.
So do you think that it comes with you? Do you believe that men get ready when they meet the right woman? Would that have been a situation?
Can they meet the right woman?
Like,
there's no way
like
to really know like when you first
that,
meet him if she's the right one.
Well, I'm saying you just said that your heart is unavailable, you're emotionally unavailable. But would you find a way to, I guess, be emotionally available for her, or do you just think that that's like a disaster waiting to happen? Or are you one of those that believe wrong place, right person, or whatever, however that saying goes? Right person, wrong time? There you go.
Yeah.
You believe that?
I believe that. Right person, wrong time. But at the same time, I also do believe that everything happens for a reason. So it's like, you know, if you're in the wrong place, right time, whatever, you know, you meet that person. It's a person that you know you're unemotionally available with. Like if you're ready, or whenever you're ready, or if you really like are a mature person, you would keep it straight up with that person and where you are in that moment. But I mean, if you don't really know where they stand as well, 9 times out of 10, you probably won't really say shit either.
It's called communication.
It's not always like that at first.
It's your Virgo side.
It's not always like that at first.
I mean, you aren't.
I'll keep it straight up, but like
after a while, right?
No.
Or
no, not at all.
No?
I would tell you exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's something new.
Yeah, I will.
It's a little new. So we're gonna hop into the next track. The next track is "Used to," which you said that you released a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I dropped that. So that was the first song I ever dropped as NBDY actually, and that's the song that I always tell everybody when I'm on the road. Like that song changed my life. Yeah.
That was a deep song.
Yeah. That was the first song that I ever like really wrote about how I was like genuinely feeling. Cause like before, I used to just write songs just to write songs, like just just to make cool songs, whatever. But I never wrote a song about like my personal life, my personal story.
Oh, so this was your first personal experience that you shared with the public.
Yeah.
So what were you going through at the time that you decided to pull that out of you?
Songs about getting back with your ex, so.
So that's what you.
It's kind of self-explanatory, to be honest.
You but, did you? She knows the songs for her. You sent it to her. Or is that okay?
Yeah,
did it work?
I got her back. After that, I definitely got her back.
Okay. So next time you want to get back with your ex, you know, I'm used to.
Yeah, and like a lot of people be hitting me up saying, "Yo, thank you for writing a song. I sent the song to my girl." Yeah. So, shout outs to all the people who made babies to that joint right there. Or, who might have, got their ex back after they did some bullshit.
So So there's 6 songs in the EP.
7.
7. What's this? See, because I did 6, right? So it's 7. That's 8.
Bruh. Hey, yo. You gotta learn how to count. Sis, come
and
on.
I'm Asian, bro. Like, how does this work? Alright. So, talk to me about Battle Zone.
So Battle Zone. Well, what did you draw from Battle Zone from listening to it, basically?
Well, when I was listening to Battle Zone, it was just like a very, it's like when you're in love, you're in war, is what I got out of it.
Yeah.
And you guys are fighting to, it's like you're giving your all, but yet you still don't understand why you keep getting hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got out of it, and it's just like you keep trying, you don't want to give up, and love is a battlefield.
That's exactly what it is. It's a battle zone. Bedroom like a battle zone. It's the actual lyric. Bedroom like a battle zone. Baby, what we fighting for. So I say like that whole like everything that you said is that's it in a nutshell. But it's basically like instead of running away from it, you gotta deal with it in the moment. You know, solve whatever issues that you got. Like, and it applies to people who's married. Because like when you're in a marriage, that's like till death do us part.
Right.
You know, and exactly. So it's like, yo, we gonna solve this shit right here in this bedroom. You know, figure it out whether it is, you know, whether you fucking or you talking it through, you screaming, you shouting at it. You know, regardless, it's gonna be a battle zone, but we're gonna get through it.
That's why Jay-Z said, I think one of his lyrics, which is similar, is pretty much saying that him and his wife were not leaving the house until they resolved what they had to resolve. And I feel like that's very important to bring up.
And I've dated chicks who like to run away from their problems. You know, I used to be like that, so that's the reason why, you know, I wrote that song, because I'm like, I understand now that that's not the answer to our problems. So it's like we can't keep doing this. We can't keep running away. Like, you know, like if it's something that I'm not doing right, you know, then let me know. You know, if it's something that, you know, you need out of this relationship that you feel void, and let me know. Like, you know, that's basically just what it is.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that description.
Yeah.
And then the next song is
Let Me Down. Let Me Down, produced by Swagger Cellius. Swag. This song is actually a really fun song. Let Me Down is actually one of my favorite songs on the EP, because it has a feature from one of my favorite rappers, my boy YB and Corday. Yeah, and that was like how that whole situation came about. I didn't even know that it was gonna go down. Like, I wrote this song with the intentions of it just being me. So the day I was writing it, I was in the studio. Me and Swag, we was in the studio, and then my manager Nigel came in, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get Corday, his people there in town right now, so like they might be coming through." But he never like said it was like final, like if it was like confirmed or not. So I'm just writing, get the hook down and everything, and then all of a sudden Corday just walks in the room, and I'm like, "Oh shit." And I'm like, yo, what's good, man?
okay. Like,
I didn't know how to act, to be honest. Like, I was a little starstruck, but yeah, Corday. I found out about Corday when I was in LA recording the EP, and I found his LA Leakers freestyle, and literally I was watching his videos and stuff like that entire time I was recording this EP, writing the EP. So a few months after that, if you would have told me that I would have been getting a song with him, like, I wouldn't have believed you at all. Like, that was just it was crazy. It was like surreal.
So what was inspiration behind Let Me Know, besides YB?
So it was just about when you do things out of spite,
Right.
you know, when you having like a fight, or you know something, whatever. Chick was basically acting crazy. And I'm just like, yo, I invested all this stuff in you and everything. Like, don't let me down right now. We've gotten this far. Don't let me down right now. Just because you feeling childish. Cause like, yes, I do believe in working through things, but at the same time, when their character defects are certain things that they're not willing to work through, and they don't see it as an issue, you gotta call a spade and just leave them where they at. So I was kind of like a warning to her to say, just like, yo, like, don't let me down. Like, I'm trying, like, I'm dying to give you whatever it is that you want from me. But you know, anytime you don't get your way, like, it's not cool that you be that you do this, like you won't hit me back or you won't,
Right.
you know. So
Don't let me down.
don't let me down. That's basically what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for the EP.
Word.
We're excited for the EP. You feel me?
Word.
You grew a lot. Your growth has definitely shown throughout the year.
Mhm.
And where we are now, we are pretty much where it all started.
Yeah, this is
Right.
where it all started. I wrote "Used to" in this room. I wrote all of my other singles that I have out right now. Everything's basically written in this room, except for what's on the EP.
Right.
The EP was all written in LA,
Mm-hmm.
between LA and New York.
So there's a combination of. All that matters is that this is where the magic.
This is where NBDY was born. This was
Yes.
the birth of the brand
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And I spent a lot of time in this room
Mm-hmm.
trying to think about, my master plan, how I'm gonna take over the world.
Mm-hmm. And then your name, because I know a lot of people want to know. See, I switch back and forth between calling you NBDY and Nobody,
Mhm.
and then of course you're.
NBDY formally is what you have to call me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's NBDY. Just
Okay.
because when people look it up, I don't want them searching NOBO.
Yes.
You
So
know?
that's why. Okay. And then when NBDY, when Nobody was born, how did you feel to give yourself that name?
Because it was a reflection of just, who I felt like I was. A lot of people treated me like I was a nobody. Everybody always treated me like, I was less than, I didn't really know
Mm-hmm.
what I was, But that's also because, I'm a person who's not really all about like, look at me, like, I want to be in the front. Like, I've never been that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I just always been a background type person. So I adopted that and use it more so as a double entendre, more so to just get rid of the idea or the aspect that you have to be somebody in order to make waves.
Mhm.
Like, you don't have to have a label. You don't have to have, you don't have to be called this or be called that, or you need to be like, you can be who the fuck you are, exactly who you are as this person, and you can still flourish in this world.
Thanks.
So I just wear it on my back, and it's kind of like just changing the stigma around the word itself,
Mm-hmm.
and turning it from something negative to something positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pain into power. You feel me?
Yeah.
I like that a lot. So show us what you do, bro.
Show us what you do.
There's a piano. There's a MacBook. Show us what you do.
Okay. This is something I wrote like when I first started playing the guitar like 6 years ago. I never finished it though. You're back again. Why you here? Didn't take you too long for you to realize that them lips were mine. And I've been waiting way too long. Girl, it's time for me to show you how I really feel, yeah. Cause all these bitches in the club showing your boy love ain't got a thing on you. So I sip it up, sip it up, sip it. On that lean in my cup, girl, I'm trippin', 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 yeah. And I'm about to tear it up like, oh, 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 yeah. I'm kind of trash, but it's all good. So thank you guys for coming into my crib. I'm kind of hungry right now, so I wanted to take y'all out to this spot that I actually like. Two of my favorite things is beer and
More alcohol?
video games. Yes.
Okay.
Beer and arcades. So there's a spot called Barcade downtown Newark that we should go to. Check out.
I'm with it.
You with it?
Let's
All
roll.
right, let's get it.
Want you closer, bring it over here. Take it off of me, take it off of me. Now you
So right now we are at one of my favorite sushi spots called Kyoto Sushi. And I know I said we was gonna go to the bar arcade spot, but the bar arcade spot was on some bullshit. So we ain't go to the bar arcade.
So we took the Asian to get sushi.
You know, cause you know I like to be hospitable.
How'd you find out about this place?
I don't know, to be honest. I think I was just walking one day when I came here, and then like I was like, yo, I like sushi. So it's cool. I got a sushi spot around the corner from me now.
So for the next one, when you go on tour, right? What are some things you do to prepare yourself?
So I usually try to like run and sing to get my cardio up. I run and I sing at the same time to get my cardio up, so I can like breathe while I'm like on stage. So that's like one of the main things that I do. And then I smoke a lot because I know when I get on the road, I can't smoke anymore. So. Well, I smoke, huh? Well, I can smoke on the road, just not before my shows. So I kind of get it out of my system, so I don't be like, damn, I wish I could smoke.
Right. So you drink?
Absolutely. It's a tradition for me to have a drink.
Right.
Yeah, you went to LA at the Troubadour. Everybody, like, it was mad people. It was my first time performing in LA. Like, mad people knew, like, all my songs. Like, every song that I performed, like, the audience was singing along to it, basically. So that was kind of like that was a cool little moment. I ain't shed no thug tears, though, but.
Did you?
Nah.
Sure?
I don't cry as much.
Right, there you go.
Look, it's healthy to cry.
So,
But I don't cry all the time. I don't want y'all niggas thinking that I'll be crying and shit all the time.
you're very good, you cry.
Nah, I got anger problems, low key. So that's one of my songs I might sound a little angry.
Like admissions?
Yeah.
But then you transfer it to your music though, and that's like a healthy way of coping with it. What's your favorite song to perform?
I love performing at missions.
So, what towns have you been to so far? Cities have you been? You've been to a lot of places.
I've been to a lot of cities.
Favorite city?
The last tour that we just went on, I think my favorite city, because of the audience. I still say Atlanta was dope. Atlanta was a great show because it was a sold out show and like it's just different. It's a different vibe out there. Austin was cool too. Austin was really cool. Yeah, I had fun in Austin.
What'd you do in Austin?
I drank a lot.
Austin's lit.
Drank a lot.
Okay, where did you drink in Austin?
I don't even know. I can't tell you.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't remember.
So you don't remember any of the bars you went to?
Not the names, no. I'm really bad with remembering names, so I ain't going.
But you know how to get there.
Absolutely.
Do you like get homesick when you went to it?
Well, my family, like most of my family lives in North Carolina, so like when I'm here, I do miss being home, like being in my room with my little cocoon and stuff, but I don't get too homesick now. Nah.
Too busy living your best life.
Absolutely. I get homesick, you know, I wish I could be back with my family, like a lot, but I don't live down there with them, so.
Do you visit them? Do they visit you?
Yeah, we visit each other sometimes.
Do they try to go to your shows? When they can?
Yeah,
I know it's hard.
Yeah, when they can. My mom came to my Atlanta show when I was on my last tour, and that was her first time ever seeing me perform like as NBDY. She see me like when I did like school stuff, but like not with my actual music career, so that was cool. And then my brother came to the one in Atlanta on the past tour, the LA tour, and that was his first time like ever seeing me perform. He's never seen me perform before, so that was cool. And yeah, but none of them ever really come to any of my other shows because they're in North Carolina. My family, that's like some of my family members, my cousins and aunts and stuff. They've been to like some of my New York shows out here. Yeah.
Where in New York did you perform the SOBs like a couple times?
Yeah.
A couple times. How was the vibe? You know, legends are made at SOBs. You feel me?
It was dope. SOBs was dope, man. Every time I go to SOBs, it's a vibe. The audience is cool. The sound was a little weird, but that's a given, you know. But it's kind of like the sound could be fucked up anywhere you go.
Right.
You know, it really all depends on who's behind the board, but it was good vibes. A lot of people popped out, and once again, mad people knew my songs and everything. Every time I do a show in New York, it's always crazy. This is my third sold out show in New York City.
Yes.
Yeah, which was dope.
Yeah.
My first one was the first one that I headlined by myself, and then the last tour that I was on with Aaron Raid, I sold out, and then I sold out on LA's tour too.
Yes.
So New York is always a vibe, always.
Where do you see yourself within the next year? Because you grew, like I said, you grew a lot within less than a year.
Wait, what happened?
Typical man doesn't listen, right? I said, where do you see yourself?
Why you gotta throw shots at the men? This is about me.
But when
right
I throw shots at Asian people, you agree with it. So I thought you'd be like, yeah, you know, I'm right. I'm Asian, I can do that.
I'm not racist.
I know you're not.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not racist.
But where do you see yourself in about a year, like your growth?
I definitely want to have my album on, my debut album on. Plan on doing a headlining tour. I would love to go across overseas. I have a lot of fans and stuff overseas that show me mad support, like great support, like South Africa, Brazil, shout out to Brazil, London, like the UK, it's dope. I really want to go. Australia too. Australia's crazy. I get a lot of love in Australia. So I would love to go out there and perform for them, but we'll see.
So, what do you have to say to your fan base now?
I just want to thank y'all for vibing with me for as long as y'all have, especially my day ones. Got a lot more stuff coming for you guys. Just keep on spreading the word and keep streaming the Admissions EP. If you haven't heard it already, make sure you check it out on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, everything that you can stream music on. And just follow me on my Instagram at NBDY_, and just stay tuned because we're about to fuck the game up. Sorry, you could bleep that out.
It's your girl Amberlay. This has been Pain into Power with NBDY at Made in Vietnam __.
At Kyoto Sushi.
ID. And then the official page is Pain into Power __.